name's David Chrisman. I have a master's in social work and a background in counseling. And I'll be your counselor today. So I'm happy you're here. Do you mind introducing yourself and tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hello, David. My name is Lynn Aimee, and I'm here because I need to talk a little bit about my issues with stress.
Okay. In regards to stress, do you mind explaining a little bit for me about your stress and just how that bothers you in your daily life?
Basically, I have anxiety that I am dealing with on a daily basis. Sometimes it helps. I don't think clearly because of the anxiety. I might be like distracted, and that really bothers me because I feel like I have to be over cautious when I am doing things so I don't miss out on the most important tasks that I have to accomplish.
Okay. Before we really get in depth, I wanted to establish a couple things before our meeting and just explain what our process looks like and what our further meetings will look like. So we want to investigate more about your situation and just make sure that everything gets explained in depth. And through discussion, we can find different things about yourself. And what will happen through that process and getting a 30-minute session each week. I want to talk about my role of working with you and what services I can offer you and what tools that I can help you with to provide you with different ways to help with your situation. Along with that, I wanted to explain at the beginning and just let you know that you definitely have rights in this meeting as a client. We can discuss confidential things with the exception of things that would require a mandated reporter to report to the necessary agencies. I'm a mandated reporter. So for example, if we were talking about a situation that involved child abuse or sexual abuse or anything like that, or if we discuss something like that, I need to talk about it with my case manager for assistance to help me. I would need to discuss that with my supervisor to make sure that we're servicing your case properly. So the things that we learn through discussion, if you discuss something that is a risk of self-harm or harm to another person, that's when I would have to disclose information to other parties, to other authorities. Do you agree to those policies?
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned earlier that so you mentioned earlier about stress management. Do you mind telling me when things become stressful, and you said your mind is often unclear? Is that what you said earlier? Your mind becomes unclear?
Yes.
Or I just want to make sure that I'm understanding you.
Correct.
Can you give me an example of what typically happens when your mind becomes unclear? Or a situation happens? Can you give me an example of an anxious situation?
Like if I am stressed out and I am thinking about the stress, if I have to leave my house, it happened before that I forgot my keys at the door after I locked and then when I got down the elevator and I'm looking for the little pocket with my bus card to get to UNKC, and then I realized, oh, I don't have it around my neck because I left it upstairs. So then I have to go, shoot, I need to go back again so I can get my keys. So this is like a distraction I was talking about. Yes. An example.
So does that cause any physical or emotional reaction?
Physical reaction, yes, like I am annoyed with myself because I let that happen, and of course that I'm wasting more time because I thought I would be ready to catch my bus at a certain time, and I have to go back again to find the keys and hope that I left it at the door and not inside, which would be another bigger issue because I would have to call management in order for them to get the key for me from inside. So, and of course, emotionally, it makes you feel like, wah, because you would like to be on top of things, and then here you are, you're letting your anxiety take over.
Situations happen, do you have a challenge with remembering things correctly or remembering things in general? Is that what you're saying?
Just remembering things that to do this things in the way they're supposed to happen, like follow the pattern. So I miss one or two steps, and then when I realize that I missed those steps, I'm like, oh shoot, I should have done this differently, but it's too late.
Oh yeah, okay. So do you like to have things organized generally, and that helps you?
Yes, it does.
That helps you focus and everything?
Yes.
Do you feel more relaxed when things are more organized?
I would say so, yes.
I understand that. Have you experienced success with stressful situations in the past?
What do you mean, success?
I mean, like, have you used different techniques that have helped you in stressful situations in the past?
Well, let's say to avoid that the stress gets, take over me. I try like breathing and or listening to music that could be calming, but those things would work if I remember to do them before the stress takes over. But if I'm already in the mode that I'm in the anxious state, it's like, oh boy, it's not going to work. Yeah.
Well, those sound like good ways to handle stress. And it sounds like you're already doing some good things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I really think you can't avoid stress. You just have to learn how to navigate it, because any person, doesn't matter who they are, they're going to experience stress. So organization can often help with stress, and you mentioned that along with music can help alleviate your stress. And doing breathing techniques as well. Do you think that other ideas have come up to you while we've been talking? Anything that you've thought about before on different ways to handle stress? Do you have any other ideas for how to handle stress?
Not really, because the things I mentioned, they seem to help if I don't let the level of stress overpower me. But honestly, I don't really know what to do if the stress is already eating me up, and basically, how I can get past that. Yeah.
So when you say the stress overpowers you, do you mind explaining what that means to you, or how that makes you feel?
Basically, it feels like you have a knock here in your stomach. You can hardly focus. You might have an exterior that appears calm, but inside everything is like upside down, and you're trying to be balanced, nevertheless, and it's not really happening because you are trying to be basically somebody you are not at the time when the anxiety is occurring. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
I think so, yeah. So looking at the information you provided on your form here, you mentioned you were sorry. Oh, I just wanted to mention before we get started, really, that I'm sorry your parents passed away. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Thank you.
But you have a step parent?
Kind of.
Are you close with them?
Well, the reason why I'm saying kind of is because it was a very unusual